All right, here's what happens with resin. Somebody comes to me and says, I have this project, I want to put a hard top coat on top, what do I do? And I say, put some resin on top. And then they go, why? Why? Because we hear resin stories, horror stories. It can be a little tricky, but it's so much fun and it's so rewarding, and you just need to know a couple basic tips and tricks and you can do this. I will help you not get it in your hair. We will not get it on our clothes. We will not get it on our hands. You will survive this and you will have a skill that other people are scared to learn, and then you can use it in so many fun ways. I use it on top of my jewelry, on top of my art. I use it to make jewelry, and today we're putting it right on a tray. This is gonna be super easy. You know why? There's nowhere where it can go. So I'm gonna show you something really easy for us to start with today. So what do we need to get started? Get you some gloves, pull your hair back, get some stir sticks, some mixing cups. We're not gonna mix a whole lot today. These are great. You need 3, a blowtorch, and your resin. Use whatever resin speaks to you. There are a ton of resins out there. There's art resin, and there's industrial resin, and there's marine resin, and honestly, I am using what I used from the very beginning, which is Tanglewood. I found it because I wanted to do it that day. I didn't want to order anything, so I went to Home Depot or Lowe's or one of those, and I got it. And it's worked great for me for everything that I want to do. The methodology of 2-part epoxy resin is this. They're 2 parts, and when you mix them together, they get hard. They get hot, and then they get gooey, and then they get hard, and then they get rock hard. And that's why it's awesome to work with. So that's why you have 2 parts. We have A and we have B, right? So I'm just gonna pour in A. Perfect. These go wider at the top, so I can put in just the right amount. Now here's the tricky part. Get down here where you can see that they're level. Just eyeball it. Look at that. So I am right at them, and they are as level can be. All you need to do is remember that this is A and this is B, and we're gonna put B right into A. It's just that easy, all right? This is what we're gonna do. Ready? And it begins. Yes. It's kind of pretty too, huh? Basically, you're gonna stir this for 3 minutes. And don't get too crazy with it. Don't like, right? Because that's gonna make the bubbles. So once you've stirred this for about 3 minutes, then pour the whole thing into this one and do it again, all right? So you wanna do about 6 minutes total. So now, we pour into the next container. I don't really understand this step. I guess it's just to ensure that it's mixed really, really well. There we go. Still want to get out as much as we can. And, all right, we're ready. The resin is mixed. Look how clear that is. Hardly any bubbles at all. We've got our piece ready. It's clear, it's dust-free. All the little flakes are off. You are ready to rock and roll. Here's a hint though, be careful when you are resining and doing anything else, like checking your phone or opening your laptop case, because you might not realize if you have a little drop on your fingers, and then you close your laptop case. And then it doesn't open the next day. And then you can't figure out why. So you pry it open, and then you crack your computer screen. Ding, things not to do. Luckily it wasn't my Mac. I don't need this too heavy. So So I'm just gonna put it on enough for kind of a light skim coat. Okay, I'm gonna use about half because I want to see if I can actually get both of them out of here. Okay, so we'll just slide this around. Get it in all the little nooks and crannies. But I always recommend looking at your piece from an angle. So I'm gonna switch gloves now that I've just been mushing it, okay? And I wanna show you what I mean. I'm looking here and I can see there's a divot right there. And I'm just letting the light kind of skate across my piece from that window. And I can see it's pretty smooth. I've got a few little divots right in here. But now's when we use our blowtorch to go in and really get those bubbles. So again, look at an angle so you can see where they are, and you just very lightly go over the top. Don't hold too long. A, you don't want to over cure your resin, and B, you don't want those fumes, okay? See how glassy that is? That's actually looking really good, but there's just a couple bubbles you can get out. Once you've done all you can do, you've checked it every 15 minutes for an hour or so, it's time to walk away, all right? Let it be, don't mess with it. Make sure it's in a room where there's not a lot of dust or debris. Don't do it outside. You might have gnats in there forever. Don't do it necessarily in a house full of cats. That could be embedded forever. Or, oh goodness, no, I haven't had the cat walkthrough experience. That I've avoided. But if you get there tomorrow and you've got that divot, or you've got that dimple, or you've got that bubble, don't stress. A lot of things can affect resin. It could have been too hot when you poured. It could have been too cold when you poured. It could have been that the piece underneath just wasn't level enough. It could have been that there was still a little bit of some kind of silicone in there from your paint pour. There's so many things, and really, it's just about practice. So, happy decoupaging, happy tissue work, happy resining, have a happy creative day.